Probably what I should do when I've got so much energy is single constructor, then nano turret. Instead of going for these 3 constructors, that would have been better here. And yeah, it's okay to maybe have 1 flea out for like identifying what's going on, what's he doing, how many units is he throwing out, what do I have to be concerned about. I know he's put out units, so I'm starting to put out units, and that's good. And I know I saw that he didn't have that much build power and he wasn't really trying to expand yet. Also, I saw that his energy was lacking, I believe. So, what's my metal like now? Interesting, because he's already energy stalled. Why has he already energy stalled? That's 14 wind generators. Okay, so I've adapted better to the wind. That's what's going on there. Okay, I really need that radar turret first off. Second off, I need ticks out on the side of the map ASAP so that I can identify and deal with any raiding that's coming through. My 2 constructor expansion seems okay. At this point, I think I'm better off. Yeah, because he's got all those wind generators. He's also put a lot into light laser turrets, so I think it's okay that I didn't, so long as that I have a radar to see and deal with these, because now I'm going to run out of energy and that's going to be terrible. What's happened here? I've taken out maybe 3 wind generators and he's not low in wind. That probably wasn't worth it. That was very much just a gift. I shouldn't have engaged there right in front of his base, unless it was a constructor or something that I can take out, but I'm pretty sure I didn't. Taking on a constructor out the back or something like that, or over here, would have been much more productive. So I probably need to be using, yeah, there we go. Using ticks a lot better so I can actually identify the things that are actually worth taking on. And I need to pay attention to energy. So now what we see is I have so many more pawns than he does, and I'm just sitting there doing nothing with them. That's really problematic. What I should be doing is I should be either attacking, and I should have like one of these Lazarus out here to help my pawns, and I should actually be doing something with them. I should have a tick over here, actively over here, trying to find a target for them. And maybe what I decide having that tick out is that I actually should come something like over here and deal with over here. That would be a great target if I can get there without his army getting there. But yeah, it looks like I've got the resource army advantage again. I just don't have any pressure that I can put on him. I'm also not using those resources, yeah. Neither is EcoN00b though. I'm playing very protective even though I've got a larger army. This is sort of bizarre. This is really bizarre. If I could have like ticks, like, let's pause for a second. So I've seen that, but what I should be doing is, I don't know, radar or something over there. Put out radar maybe in here as well, like right there would be a great place to put a radar. So come up, put a radar there, get some pawns out down here to defend this, and get out a few Rocketeer to take out the laser towers. Yeah, I'm like really skimping on the radar and intel this game. That's really bad. And those pawns there, they're not even closing this off. So if he's just gonna raid around there, that constructor's dead. A radar out there would be valuable. I don't know what they're defending. Like what I usually say, it's like if you've got an army in a position and it's not defending anything, go find something to defend. Like sit right there in front of that constructor. Much better place for them. Out here, they can just get caught on their own for nothing, and it's so close to the enemy base. So, let's continue. This is good over here. I've got a radar up. It's decent though, because I still don't have line of sight into this area. So another radar over there would be immensely valuable. a well-placed radar there, if I put it like right there, would even show me this army here, which would have been awesome. Okay, I finally got Rocketeer coming out, which is good. Coming through the middle there is a really horrible place. Come around here, put a radar up or something, and then use that to help with the ticks. This is a better place for these, but again, they should be further back and there should be a radar so they can actually see what's going on. I think I do have enough to warrant second factory instead of more nanos with the amount of time between pawns that's coming out there. These pawns over there is a very interesting idea considering that there's a bunch of defenses. So yeah. Probably should have sent out a second constructor with this so I could throw up those defenses a lot faster. And definitely need a radar over here. Yeah, I definitely would benefit with the second factory with that amount of nano. And I don't think an air factory is the right decision. Another thing is I'm not building enough Lazarus to keep up with these battles over here. So I'm putting them out now, but like I should throw out one every 10 or something. This is okay over here, but again, I don't have any ticks. And I'm not microing them well. This is good pressure over here, except, again, I've not scouted with the ticks to tell what's there. And I'm very low on energy for what I'm trying to do. This is a good bomb. Kind of. Probably should have put out 5 bombers. 3 wasn't enough. Yeah, 3 wasn't enough bombers. They should be resurrecting. They really should be resurrecting those Lazaruses. Although I don't have the energy. Because, yay. Something that's kind of interesting to me, maybe because I have put so much into laser towers, because I've got a lot of laser towers on the map. My standing army is like a lot smaller than his. He's got almost as many stout as I have pawns, which is a little confusing to me since I have more nanos and he's been energy stalling for a very long time. It looks like I've been losing a lot of pawns in like really random silly situations over here. Yeah. And so now he's got the larger army, he's got like the leg up. This is okay, I probably shouldn't send all 3 down there though. Probably just 1 to get it and then the rest just come back. And definitely supervise them if they're going forward. The reason I don't send all 3 in is like exactly that, just in case something like that happens. Oh, that would be the other reason why. So part of what's going on here, I'm building a bunch of fighters and I've got no energy. So that's a big issue and that's probably where all my build power is gone. And energy production, if we've got like 16 stout there. And then if I just do like a Control Z on these fighters, I've got 12 fighters. So yeah, that's 34,000 energy for the stout and 34,000 energy for the fighters. That's exactly where my resources have gone. They've gone into the fighters. So what I should probably know is I've taken out his wind generators. He can't bomb me because he's got no energy. put everything into a ground army rather than fighters which can't do anything, and just push, push, push. Yeah, I mean, the reason why I've put LLTs out is I've been trying to deal with his incessant raiding by his pawns. Well, I mean, LLTs do like eventually work out against stumpies, like cost for cost, they do. The problem is it's hard to get the density of laser towers without just building so much that he can just walk somewhere else. And so all these laser turrets are like, they're kind of sized for this size of army to come through. That's what I'm targeting. That's exactly what I'm targeting. I'm not trying to deal with these stout. If only I had a scout that could be working with those. Yeah. And yeah, this is exactly where my stout went and why I don't have them. Oh yeah. Right now, even as I watched this, but as I played it, I was just going, it's like, how do I deal with those stout? I have no idea. That's why I eventually went Tech 2, because I just didn't know what to do. What I probably very much should have done is I should have gone for vehicles, and probably, actually a minefield would have been a very good option here. With all the choke points for the vehicles here, let's just draft it out with perimeter cameras, say. So, say we've got like that field of mines, and then something like that there or there, another thing in the middle there, out here. That would really close the map off. I've got the map control advantage here, so I've also got the resource advantage. He doesn't have that much reclaim for him to get, and I've got a bunch of reclaim for myself too. Vehicles and mines would have been a great option here. Also at this point, with the variable energy, it may be worth going for advanced solars, just for something a little more substantial. Just like 5 of them would be a good number, as a decent solid core to my economy. Yeah. This is enough fighters as well. Especially now that I know he's putting all his resources into that. Definitely just quit it with the fighters, because that's stealing a lot of resources that is stopping me from competing with whatever he's throwing out. And this, the bane of my life. People just running straight past my front line into certain death. And then me just not being able to keep up with it. The reason I say 5 advanced solar is because it's such a big map, driver. My economy is in the order of 1,200. 5 advanced solar would put me at about 300 energy. I don't want to go really any lower than that, like 300, 350 energy as a baseline. And that basically means that I have enough energy that I can throw up any one thing that I need to in a reasonable amount of time. Because like that's the amount of advanced solars you need as a minimum to like eco in a minimum amount of time. That's kind of what I'm going for there. So yeah. Yeah. And yeah, at this point, no matter, not only do I not have anything to deal with these stout coming out, I don't have anything to deal with these resources. These nanos should have been, rather than focusing on the factory, I've got laser turrets everywhere I need there to be laser turrets to limit the amount he can actually raid. Ignore that. Throw up a little bit of build power, and when he gets close, because I've got a radar here, I can see when he gets close. When he gets close, then I throw up a few laser turrets to keep him out. That would be a better use of time. It would get me the build power I need to actually be able to push out, I don't know, a fat boy or whatever, and keep this out. Yeah. Because let's just also compare these armies here. How have we got? We've got like 38 versus 21. That would be almost enough to deal with that. if I had another 10 pawns over here to deal with the stout, I'd have been happy. If I can just like push the stout against a wall, then that would be fine. I could deal with that. But if I can't do that, then it's not enough. I really just need any units to come out of here. So, yeah. If I can get these over here with a scout, then I can just kind of push in, retreat up in the hill if the scout gets close. That would be awesome. With the scout in here, what I was saying about pushing it against the hill, if I bring these pawns, put them up to the side, and as the laser towers fire, come in at the side, and that probably is the best time to try to deal with those stout. Yeah. That's probably my best option. I'm so far ahead in eco at this point. I'm really disappointed that I lost this game. Yeah, I really should have stopped building fighters earlier. Oh well. And stopped letting him raid me through. If I just built these laser towers closer together and more of them, that would have kept that. Okay. Yeah, so what we'll see, I'm not going to deal with these stout because I can't work it out. Here's another great place to deal with them. Come in them right there. Get on the side of them and come in right there. Those pawns are so spread out though. I've got too many. Yeah, I shouldn't be trying to close it off. I should be trying to lure them into a position where I can surround them and get out. The reason I'm not getting T2 fast enough is because I'm trying to deal with these raids and stop that. But it's okay because what I should have been done is I should have thrown stuff into build power. That's what I need. Like, I'm not even using half my energy on my metal. It's like not even about T2. I just need build power ASAP. And I'm just not throwing it out. I'm finally queuing it up, but it's coming out too slow. And maybe at this point I could redirect these nanos to the Tech 2 lab. But again, it's probably fine. I don't need to worry about keeping those out. Again, what I should do is throw up some LLTs there and be done with it. Let him take out this area. I've got the eco and map control lead anyway. Sacrifice that. Get my build power so I can get units and Tech 2 units and win the game. Yeah, so what I do is I check him out, I let him go past. I let him fire at me without even trying to engage. Yeah. In retrospect, yeah, I never should have put out Fido to deal with this. Fat Boy all the way, because it's grouping them so much. And after that Fat Boy, I should have just, like, multiple Fat Boy. So I had, like, a Fat Boy for every front or something like that. Crawling bombs. Crawling bombs. Yeah. Crawling bombs would have been awesome. Problem is, I let him come through. I had okay, here's another thing. This really kills me to say this, but you see all these pawns that were all the way out on this side. They could have just come in and saved my base. If I had them here, I wouldn't have lost all my build power. I wouldn't have lost all my energy. I would have still been in the game. I shouldn't have sent all my pawns out, and losing my build power there sealed it for me. Yeah. And that's the last of my build power gone. No constructors. This constructor should have headed over towards the commander so I could throw up the build power sooner. Highest priority is build power, nothing else. Should have done that raiding with techs, but I don't have a lab to build the techs. Factory to build the techs. Yeah. And now the bombers. Honestly, don't worry about the metal storage. Just throw out wind generators. And yeah, here's the perfect time. This is exactly when I needed those advanced solars. I don't need bombs. I don't need APM for the bombs, driver. I really don't think I needed APM for the bombs. I should have spread those nanos out, and they should have been behind the laser towers. Because if they were behind the laser towers, maybe they could have lived and spread out. Such a shame. Yeah, but this is exactly the point in the game where I would have needed the advanced solars. I've been raided, so the advanced solars are probably the last thing alive. Wind's low. 5 advanced solars would triple my energy production. It would be 600 at the moment, and that would be amazing. That would be so much more. And that wouldn't have been much for me to invest in when I'm at my peak. So it would have been fully worth it. But yeah, now I have no build power, no ability. These should all be spread so that they don't just die over and over again. Yeah. GG. I'm really sad about that, honestly. I'm sad about that, because if I hadn't made a few really stupid mistakes right at the end, or even the entire way along, just so many things I could have done. Important to kill the nanos in the wind at the same time. Okay. Yeah, I probably should have been able to line that up. Problem is, I hardly even killed the wind. Which is why I'm saying, like, I need more.